My name is Sydney V. Smith, and I am known as the Giraffe Woman. I'm 29 years old, and I live in Los Angeles. Currently, I have about 15 rings on my neck. I've been building them since 2011. It is due to my early childhood obsession with the Kayan and Burmese long neck tribes, along with my obsession with giraffes. So combined, I became the Giraffe Woman. When I first began stretching my neck, I started out with 2 rings, and every few months I would add another ring. I believe that the ending result will be about 20-25 rings. I can feel the pressure on my collarbone. I know it's working, and I will possibly add another ring in 6 months to a year. I actually don't want to hurt myself too quickly. It's a subtle process that you have to take your time in between rings. So I could spend the rest of my life adding another 6-7 rings. I think a dream of mine would be to interact more with giraffes and to spend some time in Africa or Cambodia. I have been examined by a few doctors, all of which have warned me about the same thing. Of the nerve damage and the consequences. I've been aware of, and it never stopped me because this is my destiny.
Giraffe woman who stretched her neck for 5 years finally has rings taken off with unexpected results. We all go through phases. Whether it be an obsession with a boy band or a love of the color black, eventually what was once our all and everything fades into a forgotten part of our individual history that is, unless you are the Giraffe woman who after 5 years of slowly stretching her neck is ready to give up on her dream of looking like a giraffe. Whilst that phase of her life may be over, her warped neck will always be a permanent reminder of her past decisions. Sydney Smith from Los Angeles has been attempting to elongate her neck for 5 years after becoming obsessed with giraffes. The 30-year-old wanted to be known around the world for her abnormally long neck, but she has since given up on that dream after removing the tight neck rings that she has worn continuously for 5 years. Smith was inspired by the Kayan people in Southeast Asia who are famous for their extraordinary lengthy necks. The Kayan women begin wearing neck coils at the tender age of 5 to help establish their cultural identity. Other theories behind why the neck rings are worn suggest that the intention is to make the women less attractive and thus less at risk of being taken as slaves. Smith's decision to remove her coils came after she began to feel isolated by the restrictions set by her necklace. Explaining the issues she faced, Smith explains,